Hey, Forever Beautiful. Thanks for coming back, checking me out, y'all. And this is going to be a story time. I will say another story time, but I haven't vlogged in how many days? 8, 9 days. But let me tell you why. You know, life is always lifing. We don't know when, how, or where, right? There's been a lot of hospitalizations and death. Definitely had a passing in my family. And it's a lot. Sometimes you just have to take a mental break from everything and everybody. Sometimes, right? And since I never do or don't seem like it, I have my days, and I'm like, I'm drained. I don't have it to do. I just don't have it, right? So what I've decided is I'm gonna put boundaries on myself, okay? Oh, and I didn't say, before we get into this, to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you are privy to every single video, y'all. Okay, I've decided that I'm going to put boundaries on myself, okay? And it's always been like a situation where, I mean, I'm not the only one. And you know how you tell people, oh no, you're not going to talk to me that way, or you're not going to treat me that way, right? So when you say that to anybody, you absolutely mean it, because you're not going to have it. You're going to speak to me respectfully. You're going to speak to me. If we talk, and we talk all the time, I prefer that you are able to speak to me respectfully, effectively, and regularly, right? But sometimes that's too much, the regular part. It's too much. Now, let me tell you what I'm saying. I have conversations with people, and I tell y'all, I talk a lot, all the time, right? It's draining. I'm talking about it depletes you a lot of times. And it's like, oh my gosh, let me just give you this example. Every single time, and it's no lie, and I wish I was exaggerating, every single time that I am getting myself together so I can get out of here, right? Phone rings. Now, I may or may not have gotten in the shower already. I may or may not have lotioned up already. I may or may not have even taken my clothes that I'm wearing for that day out already, right? Whatever slot I'm in at whatever time, whatever phase of the process of me getting ready, right? It never fails. Somebody is always calling. So now, you start right. You're on the phone, you put the phone on speaker, you're moving around everywhere you go is going with you. You need your hands, both hands, so that you continue to do whatever it is that you're doing so you can get out of here. I do not want to carry my phone from room to room to room. I'm putting on lotion. If I gotta go over here and get this, if I gotta go over there and get that, I gotta take the phone with me. It's taking away from my process of me leaving. It's like people know every single time you are getting ready to go somewhere. I'm talking about because the phone never stops ringing. It's just going, going, going. People calling, two, three people calling at the same time. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's giving anxiety, okay? It's giving irritation. It's giving annoyed. It's giving so many different things. And it's like, it's taken away from you and the energy that you had initially, but it's quickly going away. Don't get into a conversation where, it's like, oh my gosh, really? Or something interesting, or it's funny. Then you done got real comfortable. You just sat on down, okay? And before you know it, you've been talking 2, 3 hours and you haven't finished getting yourself together. So guess what? 9 times out of 10, if you had an appointment, you're gonna be late. 9 times out of 10, you might have to reschedule. 9 times out of 10, you might not do either. You ain't going. You just not going. Okay? So It's like, and you look up and it's like, I cannot believe I just did that. I'm guilty of it. I've done it multiple times. People will drain you of everything that you have, I'm telling you. So the boundary that I have put on myself as far as the phone calls go, mm-mm, we're not doing that no more. We're not. Now, you might have people that you talk to every now and then, right? Okay. You might have people that you talk to on a regular basis, right? Okay. Guess what? My phone calls have to be limited, because if they are not, people are gonna feel like they can do this all the time. Oh, well, she's at home, she got time, she ain't doing nothing. And so they feed off that, and then guess what? Here we go again. But I'm not doing that. So the boundary that I have set for myself as far as the phone calls go, guess what? You get 1 hour. One. People got to get warmed up. Some people might not say exactly what they called to say in the first place, so it's going to take a little bit of time. They're talking, you're talking, y'all going back and forth, blah, 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 whatever you want to hear, how this person's day was, what's been going on with them, all of this nonsense, right? Because it's all nonsense at the end of the day. If it's not of dire, I'm talking about emergency situations where you just got to sit and listen to it, you get 1 hour. And in 55 minutes, and I will be timing. Now, I don't know how this sounds to y'all, but in order for me to keep my sanity and do what I need to do, that I'm not anxious, that I'm not rushing, that I'm not leaving, losing, forgetting stuff, 1 hour. 55 minutes, I'm going to have my other phone over here. If I got to put the stopwatch on, then I'm going to do that. But I'm definitely going to be mindful of the time. 55 minutes, then I'm going to start saying my goodbyes, okay? You know how I definitely have people, know people, that I don't care when you say, okay, girl, well, I got to go. Or even family members and stuff, they just going to keep on talking like you never said anything. When I get on the phone, as soon as, I'm going to tell them, listen, I got 1 hour, and then I got to go. They're either going to accept it or they're not. They're going to respect it or they're not. I don't care what they do. In 1 hour, well, 55 minutes, you're going to know I got to go. Okay? That's just one thing. I went to, this is something completely different now. I went to the mall with somebody one time, right? And she wanted to find an outfit for her birthday. I didn't have a problem with it. I wanted to give me a couple pieces too. Get to the mall, started looking around. We were in one particular store. Now, I'm thinking that this lady knew that this outfit she was looking for was in this particular store. I'm tapping on my watch, y'all. Y'all know how long I was in this store? Well, we were at the mall. 5 hours, y'all, for one outfit for her. 5 hours. I immediately found something. I was one and done. We were in this same store for five, not, well, in the mall, not the same store. 5 hours, y'all. It was ridiculous. I don't have that to do, right? But you know what? I don't even blame her for that, because I didn't have to be there. I hate to shop for myself because I know I get out of hand. I go crazy. One time, and this was a lot of years ago, I went to the mall to go and get a few things. I was in every single store, every store, every store, picking up something. So I wasn't like in and out. Picking up something, you gotta find what you like. Y'all know how long? 8 hours. It was ridiculous. And it took away from other things that I had to do. If I had been smart, I would have done the other stuff first. I didn't know I was going to do that. I hadn't done that in a long time. But it happened. Okay? So I have to set boundaries for me, not necessarily for somebody else, right? If you going somewhere with somebody, you are on their time. You're not going nowhere until they get ready to go, unless you have another alternative, okay? But when you're driving, you can say, we're going to do this, this, and this. Whatever you need to do, you got to do it within this time frame because I got something else to do. Don't let nobody hold up that much of your time that you have not progressed in anything that you had to do for yourself. I'm talking about you haven't accomplished anything for you. I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. People are not mindful of your time, and it is draining. People don't care about your time. That is draining. I'm just saying, y'all, just like we put boundaries on somebody else, we got to put them on ourselves. That is the only thing, as far as I'm concerned, that's going to work for me. That's going to work for my peace. That's going to work for my energy. It is no fun being drained to the point where you don't want to leave your house. You don't have that kind of energy. You don't want to get out the bed other than to do the obvious. Go to the restroom, maybe go and get a drink of water, maybe eat. A lot of days I was barely eating, drained, worn out. But this is a new day. That's all I'm going to say. And we about to be in November. So if I put these boundaries on myself right now, then guess what? By the new year, everybody gonna know what it is. They gonna know what it's not. They gonna know what they can do. They gonna know what they cannot. They're gonna know what's acceptable. They're gonna know what is not. I'm just saying, people are not gonna try you when they know, oh no, she not playing. She's serious. She really serious. You know, just respect it. That's it. Don't feel like, oh, she's just tripping. She's just saying something. Not me. Somebody might. I don't know who that is, but it's not going to be me. People do not want to stop doing whatever it is that they feel like they can do if you allow them to do it. So, my boundary is you can get a little bit of my time. But when I say it's over, it's over. Just accept it and we can move further. Okay? We can move on. And every time it's gonna be an hour. If I talk to somebody, not even y'all, if I talk to somebody multiple times a week, guess what? That first one, that's gonna be an hour, 55 minutes. The next time is gonna be a 30 minutes. Because every time you talking to somebody, it's not gonna get longer. We ain't about to have that much fun. Because I know I'm gonna talk to you a few more times this week. So you're gonna have 30 minutes, which means in 25, I gotta end this. Okay? This is for me. This is my boundary for myself. This is for my sanity. Okay? So I can continue to have peace and energy for me to do the things that I need to do for me. Okay? It ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Me. Now, you're going to be a part of it. Just know this is what this is. It's no compromising. This is it. Now, you can do it or you don't have to. Either way, guess what? That's freeing up more time for me. I ain't mad about it. Okay? Whoo, child. Okay, y'all. Anyway, that's going to conclude this story time, y'all. And I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.